Okay, hi there. This is Jim Pellinger. And I'm live on Facebook and YouTube right now, and I'm mixing a song called 20,000 Days. And I've got a bunch of listening notes here. I've gone through all my unfinished projects. You know, there's pages and pages and pages of songs. And I made notes on what I should do with them, and what did I write for this one? Let's see. It has the new bridge. That's good. Nothing wrong with this. Mix it again to make the vocals better sonically. Okay. I think the drums need help too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a complete remix of the whole thing. So here's the session. No, that's not the session. That's my Apple Music. Let's go back to right here. There's the session. Okay. Yeah, there I am right there in the corner. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to mix this down to a track all by itself. So I'm going to create a new track there. And where did that go? Right there. Okay. So this is going to be called, I'm going to undo that. Hold on. I don't want to do that. I want to do this and then make a new track. Hold on. Okay, for some reason it still came out over here. So I'm going to call this is going to be called Mixed. Mix number 2 and hit bounce. Now it's going to bounce. I think you can see that it's bouncing. Oh, there it is. Okay, you were looking at me the whole time doing it. Who's directing this mess? That's what I'd like to know. Anyway, I guess that would be me. Now it's bouncing. Okay, now it's bounced, and so now let's look for the track that I'm going to drag it to that I called mix number 2 right here. There's mix number 2. I'm going to make that a little wider so that I've got plenty of room to play with. And then I'm going to go over to this button in the right corner up here, upper right corner. And it's a list of all the files, all the audio files. I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'm going to grab that file which says mix number 2. Grab that, drag it into this track here. Drop it right there. And there it is, mix number 2. And basically what I've done is I've saved that mix. So now it exists. It exists in the mix itself. So now that I've done that, I want to save the whole mix. There's a button on my control surface here that says save, and I'm going to hit that, and now it's saved. And now I'm going to go up to File. I know you can't see this. I'm going to pull down to Project Alternatives, and I'm going to click New Alternative, and it's going to create mix number 3. Boom. Now what I'm working on is mix number 3. Mix number 2 is saved right here. Okay. And now I'm going to work on mix number 3, and I'm going to take mix number 3 just right to the studs. I'm going to start. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that because that's way more work than I want to do. I want to work on the drums. So let's find the drum mix right here. There's the drum bus. And oh, wow, this is interesting. I recorded these drums a long time ago, and I didn't have a left and right overhead, but I do have mid-side stereo overheads. So this is the mid track right here, and this is the side. And that feeds into this mix, this bus over here. And there's a direct mix plug-in here that I have set to MS decoder, which is mid-side decoder. So basically that's taking these 2 tracks here, the overhead, this overhead mic and that overhead mic, and they're panned away from each other, and they are mixing them, processing it into a stereo overhead. That's the way I used to do it. I don't do it that way anymore. But anyway, next to that is the drum bus. I'm going to reset this this bus. Remove all the sends, basically. Remove all the. I'm going to remove all the plugins. Okay, plugins are gone. I'm going to put a new a new compressor on here. I want to try out the IK Multimedia 1176 emulation of the 1176. Where is it here? Okay, there it is. And here it comes. And I'm going to play the drums to that. So I'm going to solo the drums. I'm going to turn this way down, the output way down. I'm going to use what they call the British mode. By all these buttons here are what are they? Anyway, I'm pressing them all in. They are, this is not going well. Anyway, just watch. I'm going to stop talking here. Okay, let's see what it sounds like here. Let's hear it in the mix once.
20,000 days and I ain't quite finished yet. 20,000 nights, I guess I must have got something right. 20,000 songs, not enough for anyone.
I'm going to go over listening to that now. I kind of like the way that sounds. The drums sound a little more aggressive. But I want to solo mix 2, the one I just did. So I'm soloing mix 2. That's the one I just mixed down. This is mix 3 I'm working on. Let's listen. Let's listen to the difference of what the drums sound like. Here's mix 2. Why do I only hear one side of it? That's really stupid. Oh, I know why. Because the pan button is not centered. Okay. Here we go.
20,000 days, some people have.
Here's another thing I haven't thought of. The Sound ID plugin, which is a room correction thing. Okay, that's set properly. Didn't sound right to me though. Why not? There it is. Actually, none of that sounds good to me. I'm going to actually strip everything down to the studs and start over, but I'm probably going to do that on a different day. Let's see here. Let's see what I can do today. This track, I want to move this over here. Okay. Move that mix over there. I want to move these two things closer to the drums. These two buses, the sub mix for the drums and the final mix for the drum. I'm going to put them closer to the drums. Makes more sense to me. Okay. Excuse me. Now I'm going to start all over with this mix. I'm going to start right from here, the last audio track. Let's just select all of them. Select all the tracks. Take them all to 0. All the faders down to 0. I'm going to take all the plugins out. Every single one of them. So we'll go up here. Let's remove all plugins. Okay. Actually, it just silenced them. I'm going to remove them all. Okay, they're all gone. I'm going to take out all the buses, all the sends. All the sends are gone. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here and deselect all. And I want to reset my output bus. So I'm going to reset that channel strip. And I'm going to set up a user channel strip setting. It's called JP output bus, which has all the plugins that I want on the output bus. Okay, so those are all there. Then what I got to do is all the submasters and things. This one, here's a submaster that has a compressor on it. Well, it doesn't right now, but it will. If I reset and user channel strip setting, I'm going to go to JP submaster. That puts the plugins that I always use on the submaster. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to start with the drums. The drum mid side stereo, and then the drum sub bus. And I'm going to start bringing up the drums, starting from scratch. Here's what they sound like. Oops, what's that? That's an acoustic guitar from somewhere. Where is that coming from? Let's hear that again. Oh, there's the. Got a stray track that's coming through somewhere. Okay, let's see here if I unhide everything. I have some hidden tracks here. Let's see if I can spot it here. There it is. This one right here. Take that down. Okay. And then I'll rehide it. Okay. Now we'll start with the drums here. That's the kick drum, snare. This is one of the overheads, and the other overhead. Now I'm going to solo the overhead mix, because that is going, I'm going to send that into a mid-side processor, because those are mid-side stereo mics. So I'm going to, let's see, where is it? Imaging. I'm looking for imaging. There it is. And direction mixer. And then I'm going to set this for mid-side decoder, because these two right here that are panned left and right are the overhead mid-side mics. And with that decoder on there, it will sound now like an overhead stereo mix. See that? If I take this one out, it gets very mono. This is the side mic. I bring it up. See that? Okay, so those are all my drum mics. I'm going to put a compressor compressor on the drum bus. Oh, I put that on the wrong one here. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. Right now, I'm just kind of stuck on the drums, and I'm not going to do too much with it today. Too much more. I think I'm going to call it a day, and maybe I'll do this again. I don't know if anybody really wants to watch me do this, because I ran into a lot of little problems here and there, and that's kind of what happens. You know, sometimes you run into problems. But I was going to build a mix from scratch, but I've got other things I got to do today.